So it is match day Saturday as Austin FC takes on Sporting Kansas City for the fifth time in club history. The last time these two teams played against each other was about 2 weeks ago, in which Austin FC came out victorious in a 2-0 win by the goals of both Alex Reed and Sebastian Driussi. But what exactly has Sporting Kansas City been up to ever since that 2-0 loss to Austin FC? Well, they're still last place in the Western Conference, 14th place with 6 wins, 5 draws, and 14 losses. But what was shocking to say this is that last week, Sporting Kansas City finally got their first win in about a month when they beat the likes of LA Galaxy in a 4-2 win. And it's really odd to say this because when it comes to the last place team, you never doubt them because anything can happen. Because for meantime, they're still last place, but they're going to go to the Fortress of Q2. On the road for Sporting Kansas City, it's been really meh for them. They only have 2 wins, 3 draws, and 9 losses. But for us at the Fortress of Q2, we're kind of suffering at the moment because the last time Austin FC got a win was about a month ago, in which they beat Houston Dynamo in a 3-1 win. But ever since that, Austin FC couldn't find a rhythm of wins. They lost to New York Red Bulls in a 4-3 loss. And last week, we got a dramatic draw to San Jose Earthquakes, in which we were up a goal down. But when it comes to San Jose Earthquakes, anything can happen against them. We've always suffered against them. We find the right, formation, the right players for it, but still we don't know how to break the algorithm against San Jose. Because this game against Sporting Kansas City has to be a bounce back and get our rhythm back to win at the Fortress of Q2. But I'm going to say this. It's no longer what was a Fortress of Q2 once is now a playground for everybody to come in and play, to score goals. But for Austin FC, the key players that they have to focus on, mostly on the dynamic duo defense of both Galvez and Cascante, are these players for Sporting Kansas City. Veteran and cold hero for Sporting Kansas City has to be Johnny Russell, 6 goals this season. Another addition to this for the offense side of Sporting Kansas City has to be William Magala, who scored 2 goals in that 4-2 win against LA Galaxy. So far, he's a new signing for Sporting Kansas, so he has 2 goals this season. Another player has to be Daniel Saloui, 5 goals and 1 assist. He scored a goal against LA Galaxy as well in the 4-2 win. And as well, midfield player Felipe Hernandez, who has 1 goal and 3 assists this season. He is currently the assist leader for Sporting Kansas. So for Galvez and Cascante, alongside with Nick Lima and Gallagher, they have to focus mostly on Agala and Saloui. Because Russell, he can be probably pushing back and pushing up front, but when it comes to Agala and Saloui, they're kind of the supporting side. They're kind of supporting a lot to Russell. So they have to be really careful on those 2 players. Because for Austin FC, we're still playing against the last place team. Like I said in my previous video, Sporting Kansas City has allowed 40 goals this season. A lot plus 2 from LA Galaxy, it's minus 42 so far. So for our trio, if Driussi plays, we have to, he might play because he played an all-star game on Wednesday night. But if he doesn't play, the 2 striker force of Fagundes and Finley, and I would say Urruti, they have to score goals past the defense of Sporting Kansas City. Because right now, the 4 players for Sporting Kansas City has to be Nicolas Isimita Mirin. He has 15 out of the 22 tackles, dribbling 1. So it's 68.8. He might win the ball against our, attacking side of Austin FC. Andreo Fontas, he has 21 of the 28 tackles won. So that's pretty much 75% of the tackles he has won so far in this season. And for Graham Zuzi, he has 26 blocks, defensive blocks won for Sporting Kansas City. And let's throw in Austin FC ex-player Ben Sweat, because in the last game when he played against Austin FC 2 weeks ago, he seemed really dangerous because he knows what Austin FC is because he used to play with them. And since we're a different team, he still got the idea of what to do when they're going to be playing the same players he played with last year for Austin FC. So for our trio, if Driussi plays, they have to score a lot of goals and get a rhythm back to make it a fortress again. Because Driussi has 16 goals this season. It'd be nice if he can rally up more goals against Sporting Kansas. Let's say 2 goals against them or a hat trick like last week. He was close to a hat trick last week against San Jose. So let's see what happens. But I feel like Austin FC has to get a comfortable lead against Sporting Kansas today. I would say 2-0 in the first half, and let's say 1 goal or 2 goals in the second half. I would say Austin FC comes up victorious in a 4-0 win, but every time I do a prediction, it doesn't come out right, but it is what it is. By the goals of 2 goals of Driussi, 1 goal of Finley, and 1 goal of Alex Swing again. I also hope we get to see Washington Corozo, because every game we see Rodney Redes, and he hasn't done anything, but Corozo on the bench the entire time. He's on loan, but I want to see him get another assist or score a goal against Sporting Kansas. But let's see what happens, you guys. I hope you guys understood this video. I hope Austin FC gets a win again against Sporting Kansas and have a bounce back at the Fortress for Q2. But for the meantime, the name is Vanilla Mexican 17. I'll be back here with another video. But for the meantime, stay hydrated. I'll catch you guys on the next one.